You can see my screen, right? Okay. So where we were understanding the data monitor, where we have done a translation. So the translation, whatever we have done, is for our standard version. I have in my version, I have an M21 and M22. Okay. So M20 talks on my. Let me go and explain that version part. As you all know, from when we are doing the configurations from the initially, we set up one standard version, one extension version, and one group currency extension version. Extension version also automatic, which is extension version, and M22 also, which is group currency extension version. Extension version, you all know, it only stores the delta value. So when I do a translation, for example, I have done for M20 and M20. When I do M20, automatically M21 and M22 also will going to run, because both are automatic. It is not manual. If you set a manual, again you select in the global parameters and you run specific to them. Now when I run for M20, M21 also run, but M20 I have not made any differences in the translation. So that is the reason, if you see in M21, there is no value updated with respect to translation. This is all my release data, which is posted and reversed. Posted and reversed. Why posted and reversed? Because this only stores the delta value. Whenever you do a data release from AC Docker in extension version, it posts and it reverses it back because it stores delta values. Okay, that is one part. The second part, whenever we did the reported data, it didn't come to here at all. When I do translation, if the translation is having any differences of value for M21, it will update. Okay, here because I use one currency method and I have one exchange rate, that is N20, whatever I have configured, it flow it here. If you say, for example, for this extension version, I will use a different rate and do the translation, then you will obviously you will find a delta entries between M20 to M21 here. Got it? Say there I am converting on a closing rate. Here if you wanted to convert in a budget rate. Okay. So the reference I will use a budget and do it. Then in that case, what you will do in M21 version, okay, you will going to set up a separate exchange rate. N20 is what I am using in all the cases. Okay. If you want to separate, you will set up here M21 or whatever you want. Once you set up this, when you go and do an exchange rate, where is our exchange rate? In the translation, when I am assigning exchange rate indicator, we have not exchange rate, not this. Here, whenever I did this activity, I have assigned here the reference rate, which is my closing rate as my reference rate I have assigned. One more point I want to tell here is, here I go to exchange indicator. Here when I am designing here, I have given N20, which is applicable to take average rate. That is, A means average rate it has to take. Got it? If you want another rate to do it, okay, for N21, okay, exchange rate indicator I'll use it A only, but I will maintain another code here, exchange rate type here. Or you can give any other exchange rate indicator. A means what is indicates average. This A is what average rate, which I have used it in my code. So A only you give it, you give exchange rate, different exchange rate type for N21 version. The same way for closing also, for C exchange rate type assignment, when you do it, C only you will give it instead of CLO. CLO is used in my main version. You will give another exchange rate type where you maintain a different rate. When you do that activity, and because N21 is linked there and N21 you have done, and you have assigned the exchange rate indicators. Okay, that is exchange rate indicators in your translation method. What is our exchange rate indicator here? S35E is using C, A and all. C when it uses, A and it uses. C for one version I connected one exchange rate type. For extension version I connected because I wanted to see the values in the same euro currency. I wanted to use a different rate and see the values. Okay, then I have taken that value. So what system will do? System will go and store the delta values to that. Got it. So this how our extension version will run. Got it. Now coming back to the group extension version. Any doubt in this? Anybody? Anybody? Any doubt in this?
Naveen, can we run this transaction for one of the currency other than euro? I mean,
I'll come to that. Now we are talking on euro. Extension version is a part of an euro only. So my standard
yes,
version is having euro, extension currency version is a euro. If you wanted to
yes.
translate in two different currencies, 1 second. So if say I have two versions, okay, one is both are euro, one is standard version and extension version. Euro we translated. If you wanted to translate in a different currency, okay, and see the effect of differences, okay,
Yes,
then I will use a different rate here and I'll do it. The another version which you have set M22 is altogether a different currency which is QAR currency. We'll come to that.
yes.
So now
Okay.
we are in extension version. So any doubt in this extension version? Okay. This is how we use it. Coming back to the another version. What is our another version? Here you can see M20. Okay. In M20, this is my group currency extension option, which is automatic. Okay. If I see this system uses QAR as a currency, that means it will convert CAD to QAR, USD to QAR, EUR to QAR also. EUR, that means my entities which are in EUR earlier, which is not translated, will get translated to this version because it is EUR to QAR. Earlier my company code and this one both are EUR, it is not done. But now for all entities, the translation will run and update in QAR. Got it. So for this, what I have to do? Already there is a translation method you already assigned because it is an automatic run. If it is a manual run, that means you go and do manual run. Then you set up a manual, you will put it in global parameters and run a data monitor. If you made it as an automatic run, automatically it will going to run when I do my data monitor for the standard version. So for this, what I have to do additionally? Additionally, I have to maintain an exchange rate. So yesterday when we are doing, we have not maintained an exchange rate for that. And see here, if you see here, how to see the log is happened or not. See here, you can see here, these are in this mark, okay, which is completely successful. If you are finding it in this mark, currency translation, these are all in partial status. Okay, so how to see the log happened, which is updated in extension version or group currency extension version. You have to right click on that, click on last log. You have to click on last log. When you say click on last log, it gives you the log of every versions. See here you can see M20 is successful, M21 is successful, whereas M22 is failure. Why? If you click on this, it will open the log for you. This is how you check how other versions got updated in data monitor. Understood? Right clicking on the task log, it will open up here. See here, it is doing translation for all. When I see my log of header message, okay, it says maintain an exchange rate. See, configurations, it's all taken from the same translation method, everything same, but it checks for the exchange rate. We have not maintained exchange rate for those. Okay, that is first step. So what I have done, I went to as usual OB08 and I have maintained the rates for CAD to QAR. You can see here I have maintained for Euro to QAR also. You can see CAD to QR in average as well as from USD to QR, USD to QR. Okay. The same way, if you see CLO also has been maintained CAD to QR, and CLO of previous year also has been maintained for all combination CAD to Euro, Euro also to, because now Euro also should get converted into QR. So we have to maintain the rates. Once we maintain these rates, okay, once we maintain this rate, we are going to run. Once we maintain this rate, in consolidation unit of TA35 FR35 and SW35, earlier we have not maintained a translation key. Why? Because not translation currency, the translation method we have not assigned. Why? Because it was not translating when I'm doing standard version. When if I have to do this, I have to assign that in my consolidation unit also. Okay, that is assigned now. Oh, 1 second, I don't know what happened. Okay, so here if you see currency translation, this is my currency translation. Okay, so here what I did, we have to maintain. Define consolidation unit. So here for these entities also we have assigned translation method SS35E, because earlier we have not assigned because it was euro. Now it has to translate it to QR, we have assigned it. Okay. Now once we have done that, you can go back here and do one more test run. So this is for your main version. You can see here, this is M20. If you want to see for M21, right click, last log. Last log is today date only. See in today date again it's showing some error. Let's see what is that error. See the status has not updated. There is no message error, but system is translating. Which version? M22 version. Which CAD to QR. CAD to QR. If you wanted to do this calculation also, as we did for this one, the logic is same. The logic is same. This is my cash account. This will use the local currency. See, this is my amount. Okay, it uses the rate and convert into group currency. Then you will have the reference amount and system will calculate a translation difference. You wanted to see this calculation? Is it fine? If you have to see, I will extract into an Excel sheet again. Hello. Hello. Can you hear me?
Yes, Naveen. Yes.
This is the same calculation from CA to US 35. You can see here the reference amounts. This is my local currency. What is the rate? 2.3. Is this the rate we have maintained? Where to where this is? CA 35 to QR. CLO average CLO 31 12 2022 CAT to QR 2.3. This is the rate, which is last year, which is the value which will translate the group currency. This is the value, okay, and this is the value, and this one will again translate by reference rate. What is the reference rate? CLO 31. This is 2.4. This is equal to this. Excel will not allow to edit. 1 2 3 1 2 9 multiply by 2. This is the value, okay. This minus this is your translation difference. When system post, system convert reference rate, which will system will do this minus this, which is minus 21, which will post to a translation difference when it is posting. The same logic, okay. So system, we have seen how the group currency translation is happening, okay. We'll close this and I'll do the update run. So now if you see, the arrow marks have been changed because all are successful. See here, everything is successful. M21, M20, M22. So if you go back to the table, refresh, M21, I am not finding any difference. I am not doing that. M22, till today there was no data. Now if you see, it will have all these values. Okay, where you can see amount in QR currency, CAD, QR, where it update in QR currency. Fine. Any doubt in this?